Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this with you and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. Let's say you're in the coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt above. You think about giving up and waiting for death to arrive. But then you think, what if I bang on the lid? Maybe I can unsettle the dirt and somebody might start digging their way down to help me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are people who could probably help you standing nearby. You just don't know that. You just think today you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. With this, I ask you one question. Did it ever cross your mind by abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something that was preciously given to you by God, your life, away from you, not only yourself, but more selfishly away from your children, grandchildren, mother, father, husband, wife? With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be the person that didn't reach out for help when it was most needed. Instead, be a person that calls me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back, for it is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell you, our audience, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters most is that you're here and you're reaching out for help. Larry Geis has over 30 years experience, and you can find him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. That's www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis is an addiction recovery coach. He will help you from your depression to happier times, from low self-esteem to raise your self-esteem, from alcohol addiction to recovery, teach you how to live a life of sobriety. Call him at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Today we're going to talk about powerful role models, 7 ways to make a positive impact upon children. And I have a special guest once again, and his stage name is Shortstop. So Shortstop, say hello to everyone.
Hi.
Shortstop and I are going to talk about 7 ways to make a positive impact upon children, because it's very important that we play an important role model at home, not just as parents, but also as grandparents or legal guardians. They want to be just like you, who are being a positive role model. A role model is someone whose behavior is imitated by others, mostly children. Of course, they are good role models and bad role models. This is even counterintuitive anti-role model who behaves so badly that he or she serves as a good example of what not to do. We all hope that children have good, strong role models who possesses the kind of qualities that make our sons, our daughters, our grandsons, and our granddaughters want to be and become better people in life. While there is some variation in every parent's definition of what it means to be a good role model, the following 7 are the most important ones. While it may seem like a great deal of pressure to be a positive role model, nobody's expecting you to be superhuman. We certainly wouldn't expect that behavior from our children who are looking at us for answers and the proper guidance, nor would we want them to expect the kind of flawless behavior from themselves or others. You can only do your best. If you mess up today, you can always refer back to another reason to try again, and that would be number 3, and then try again tomorrow. Good role models earn multiple chances from the children who believe that they are who they are, and that is the most important thing there is. Shortstop and I are going to take turns on reading the 7 role model steps. I'm going to read number 1, and then he's going to do 2. So number 1 is model positive choice making. Little eyes are watching and little ears are listening. When it comes to being a role model, you must be aware that the choices you make don't only impact you, but also the children who regard you as their superhero. Someday they will be in the same predicament and think to themselves, what did he or she do when I was growing up? What did my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandfather do? And in this situation, when you are a role model, it isn't enough to tell your charges the best choices to make, you must put them into action. And I'm going to now refer to Shortstop to read number 2, and you need to do that nice and loud for me. Thank you.
When you have a tough choice to make, allow the children to see how you work through the problem. Weigh the pros and cons and come to a decision. The process of making a good decision is a skill. A good role model will not only show a child which decision is best, but also how they to come to that conclusion. That way, the children will be able to follow that reasoning when they are in a similar situation.
Okay, Shortstop. Now we're going to number 3. Apologize and admit mistakes. Nobody's perfect. When you make a bad choice, let those who are watching and learning from you know that you made a mistake and how you plan to correct that mistake, how you're going to move forward. This will help them to understand everyone makes mistakes. A, everyone does really make mistakes. B, it's not the end of the world. C, you can make it right. And D, you should take responsibility as soon as possible. Mistakes are made by each and every one of us each and every day. It is how you overcome that mistake, how you learn from that mistake, and how you move on. By apologizing, admitting your mistake, and repairing the damage, you will be demonstrating an impact yet often overlooked part of being a role model. This point began some great conversations on parents and role models, and this needs to continue within our home. I refer to Shortstop for number 4.
We all want children to stick with their commitments and follow through their promises. However, as adults, we get busy, distracted, and sometimes a bit lazy. To be a good role model, we must demonstrate, stick to evenness and self-discipline. That means A, be on time, B, finish what you started, C, don't quit, D, keep your word, and E, don't back off when things get challenging. When role models follow through their goals, it teaches children that it can be done and helps them adopt an if she or he can do it, so can I attitude.
Very good. That one, follow through, is very important because what you do in front of your children, your grandchildren, is what they're going to follow. It is the mentality of monkey see, monkey do. Number 5, show respect. You may be driven, successful, and smart, but whether you choose to show respect or not speaks volume about the type of attitude it takes to make decisions in life and what type of decisions you make. We always tell children to treat others the way we want to be treated. And basically what that means is how you want to be treated is how you want to treat others. So if you don't want to be treated in a negative way, in a mean way, in an insulting way, you can't do those things. Do you step on others to get ahead? Do you take advantage of other people? If you do, it's time for change. Do you take your spouse, your friends, or colleagues for granted? What that basically means, Shortstop, is that any person that you know, do you take them for granted, or do you respect every decision that they make? In this case, it's often the little things you do that make the biggest difference in how children perceive how to succeed in business and life and relationships. Number 6.
While we don't want to spread ourselves too thin, it's important to show children that we can be more than just one thing. Great role models aren't just parents or teachers. They're people who show curiosities and have varied interests. They're great learners and challenge themselves to get out of their comfort zones. You may be a father who's also a student of the martial arts, a great chef, a good sportsman, and a treasured friend. You may be a mother who's a gifted dancer, a solid rock climber, a celebrated singer, and the curious photographer. When children see that their role models can be many things, they will learn that they don't need to pigeonhole themselves in order to be successful.
Okay, again, be well-rounded. Basically, what that means is you need to form yourself in a way that you adapt other situations and also adapt yourselves. Number 7, demonstrate confidence in who you, shortstop, are. Whatever you choose to do with your life, be proud of the person you've become and continue to become even better if you'd like. It may have been a long road and you may have experienced bumps along the way, but it is the responsibility of a role model to commemorate the lessons learned, the strength we've amassed, and the character we all have developed. We can always get better, however, in order for the children to celebrate who they are, their role models need to show the confidence doesn't start 5 pounds from now, 2 more wins on top of this one, or 1 more possession than I have today. We must continue to strive while being happy with how far we've come at the same time. While it may seem like a great deal of pressure to be positive role model, nobody, and I mean nobody, is expecting you to be superhuman. We certainly wouldn't expect that behavior from children who are looking to us for answers and guidance, nor would we want them to expect that kind of flawless behavior from themselves or from their friends. You can only do your best, and if you mess up today, you can always refer back to tip number 3, which we spoke about, and let me tell you what tip number 3 was. Apologize and admit your mistake. So refer to tip number 3 when you mess up. It is the simplest, it is the strongest comeback from an error. Good role models earn multiple chances from the children who believe in them, who know they can do anything, and simply, if they put their mind to it, they can achieve all. Here is to a powerful, powerful rest of the week, and I hope you folks out in the audience understand exactly what a role model is. And let me explain to you, because I'm sitting here with shortstop. If I sat here with shortstop and I cursed all day long, what do you think, shortstop? What would you be doing?
Cursing all my life.
That's right. And if I sat here and I started smoking in front of you each and every day, what do you think, shortstop, you would do?
Smoke.
And the same applies to drinking. What you do in front of your children and your grandchildren, it is so important what you do as the leader, as the role model, as the superhero, is what your children are going to do. Instead of drinking, instead of smoking, using profanity, or physically abusing someone, utilize steps as, or methods as, love, compassion, respect, and most importantly, teach your children that when they make mistakes, it is better to come and tell a parent or a grandparent and then admit the mistake and move on. We all make mistakes in life and we all must move on. Shortstop here loves to play baseball. When you swing and you miss, do you give up, or what do you do when you swing and you miss?
Just try again.
That's right. You try over and over again, and eventually you become better. Listen, folks, it is a very simple concept. What you do in your home from the ages of 0 to 18 is how your children are going to leave one day and carry with them. Now, for the people out there that are going to say to me, well, I raised my children to the best of my ability and something still went wrong after they left, and those things might happen, but you can at least say you've tried your best. But for the parents that are watching me out there, if you didn't even put your best into it, don't expect the best to come out at the end of the day. It is that simple. Listen, folks, I hope to God, no matter where you are, that you have the best day of your life, and I want to thank Shortstop again for stopping in. This is his 3rd appearance here on the Take Your Life Back Today show, and he's always been very helpful, and he goes back to his parents today after a baseball, what is it, baseball practice or a game? Practice. But he will be back again on another show, and try to always, and I mean always, try to be fair to each other, to love one each other, but most importantly, to respect one each other. You make a mistake, dust your knees, get up, move forward, and that is as simple as it gets. Have a great day. More importantly, have a sober rest of your life, and may God bless you all. Do you want to say goodbye to him?
Bye.
Okay, take care, folks. Bye. Bye.